Hello, in this video we are focusing on how can we understanding the box plot. Although this is something related to data visualization, for this class we're focusing on how can we read this plot. So why we wait so long to talking about this box plot is because it's related to what we just learned in numeric descriptive statistic area. So basically this one plot allows us to show several numeric statistics we learned from this learning modules. So we can find the media, we can find the quantile, interquantile range. So if you don't know what is quantile, interquantile range, make sure you watch, there was a video previously talking about quantile and interquantile range. Okay, so a box plot, also known as box and whisker plot, is a graphical summary of the distribution of the data developed from the quantile for the data set. So as you can see on the right-hand side is an example of the box plots for the home sales data containing a single outliers. So now the main goal for this video, is, like I said, is try to teach students how to read our box plot, and so that you can find the information you're looking for, especially the descriptive statistics. Okay, on this diagram, so on the right-hand side is our variables value. So that's the price from the cheapest price to the most expensive price. As you can see, the box plot, as the name indicated, is a box. Okay, on this box, the top, So on this plot, the top of the box is used to indicating my third quantile, and the bottom of the box is used to indicating our first quantile. So basically, if you draw a horizontal line, dotted line, so intersection between the top and the top dotted line, intersection between that line with the vertical axis. So that value here are giving you the third quantile. And then for the bottom piece, similarly, you draw horizontal dotted line, the intersection between that line and the vertical axis here will give you the value for the first quantile. So basically, based on the data set, for this data set, so the first quantile equal to 139,000, and the second quantile here is equal to 256,000 and $625. So this is my first and the second quantile. And then the height, so the distance between the top and the bottom here, give us the value for interquantile range. And so the middle part, usually the box plot, we're showing a line, straight line here, right in the middle. So that is actually usually, that is our median value, okay, the median value. So this median value, this horizontal line, median value equal to $203,750. Okay, so this is three information you can find, four, like, right? Quantile 1, first quantile, third quantile, the median, and the interquantile range. And then besides that, we are able to see those dotted lines. So this vertical dotted line, so these are actually the values, the observation that is outside my interquantile range. So at one point, this dotted line disappears, right? As you notice that. So that when the dotted line disappears, so the highest point here gave us the maximum value in my data set. And then dotted line ending here give us the minimum value from my data set. Okay, so like I said, you can read a lot of information in terms related to our numeric descriptive statistic from our box plot. And then if you look at the outside this dotted line, we have an asterisk. So this actually is considered as outliers. And so that's why I said that for the box plot, there is so many information contained, so many numeric descriptive statistics contained. So the most challenging is that when people look at this plot, doesn't know what kind of information they can read, get from this plot. Therefore, we spend some time to understanding what is a box plot. Basically, the box plot is a visualization that allow us to put several numeric descriptive statistics in one chart. Okay, so now let's look at the next the application of our box plot. So we are looking at the main purpose of using the box plot and what kind of insight you can get. So we are looking at this is about the home data price in different communities Fairview, Shadyside, Croton, Irving, and Hamilton. So as you notice that there's like a 5 box plots. So it's allow us to compare the house sale prices across these 5 communities. As you notice that the Shadyside had the box are way up there, and so the overall data set indicating that the most expensive houses appear to be in the Shadyside. And then as you notice, the Hamilton has the lowest box. So that means the cheapest house is in the Hamilton area, right? So the Hamilton area versus the Shadyside. And besides that, we can focus on this horizontal lines here give us the value for the median. So the value for the median. So basically, we found the median house sale price for our Groton here is about the same as the median home sale price for Irving. So why we care about our the median house prices? Because as we know, for the housing price, they tend to have outliers. So we don't want to only focus on the cheapest house or the most expensive houses. So therefore, we look at a median value. So as you notice, Groton, Irving, so they all have a very similar median house prices. Okay. And then, however, the home sale price in Irving is much have the greater variability because as we talking about the length of our box indicating the interquartile range. So that is basically the variability of my data set. So they are much wider than the Groton. Okay. And the home selling prices have the least variation is Groton and Hamilton because their box is much narrower, right? So the Irving had the highest variability, but the Groton and Hamilton had the smallest. So the last insight we can find is Groton is the only location considered has an outlier. As you notice, the star, the asterisk only show up in the Groton, not everybody else. So there is no outlier exists except the Groton. And so the selling price does not have to be too far from the median to be considered an outlier, okay, as you see that. Okay, so that's, you notice that when we are considering use a box plot, we are looking for multiple descriptive statistics and compare across different populations, and the box plot tend to be very handy in those situations.